Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Kana, and today we're going to be playing some more Pixelborn. What I have for you today is this Ruby Sapphire ramp deck. I found this list on Twitter and I can't find it again. I'm so sorry to who posted it, but I'm really in love with this list. Notably, the full 4 brawls, in addition to 2 Dragonfires, just to really answer the numerous threats the Emerald Steel deck throws at you. Like all Ruby Sapphire decks, it's going to be a little weak to any Flynn Rider decks, but I'm hoping that with the Gramatalas on 4 and the Brawls and Dragonfires to answer the characters, that this will be that the matchup will be salvageable. Alright, well, join me in round 1. Here we are in round 1, playing against Emerald Steel. This was the deck that won the challenge last weekend, and is one of the best decks in the format. Let's see what we can do. I don't need Medusa or Be Prepared in my opening hand. I'm also going to get rid of this Maleficent. Tamatoa I'll keep as ink, but I don't need 2 things to keep as ink. And I'd like to find a popsicle. This deck also does play McDuck Manor, which is not in stock lists, but locations are just really strong right now. This hand could get in trouble. It doesn't do anything until turn 3. Second Fishbone Quill is not what we need, so I'll ink it and pass. Maybe I should have sent the Tamatoa back too, just to try and find a lower drop. Ink a Diablo, play a Bucky, and click for 1. Okay, so we're on notice now. I'm gonna ink a Grammatala, gonna play a Fishbone Quill, I'm gonna ink this Madame Medusa. If they play a Bucky, I'll probably discard Grammatala. Or if they play a Floodborn character. So if they play a Robin Hood or a Aladdin, or a Diablo. But I doubt they'd have a Diablo in hand if they set a small one to the Inkwell. They ink a Beast. Oh, they do have a big Diablo. So I'm going to send how far I'll go. Next turn I'm going to ink something with Fishbone Quill, probably this McDuck Manor, and I'm going to play Hiram and sacrifice my Fishbone Quill to draw some cards. Then I'll ink this Maui and pass. Next turn I can be prepared. Clear this board up. Assuming they don't play 2 Floodborns. Oh, or an Ursula. That's rough. Ursula, take my Be Prepared. Now I don't know what I'm doing. And this Ring of the Raging Fire to deal 4 to my hero. And we are lucky. We just draw the other Be Prepared. One of the 2 other Be Prepareds. So I will quest with Hiram. I will ink McDuck Manor. Just because I think this Grammatala drawing some cards next turn is worth it. They're still up a bunch of cards on me, but that was a good Be Prepared. They ink a Robin Hood and play a Jafar. This is a good card. Let's see what we can get off Grammatala. Don't have a use for Harem without the Popsicle, so I'll take the Popsicle. I can play that this turn too. Tamatoa, I'm gonna hold on to for now. I hope I find something I can ink next turn so I can play that Tamatoa. Get back to Fishbone Quill. Brawl. Well, Brawl is ink. And I'll play Tamatoa. Get back Quill. And this Jafar, when it banishes character, you draw a card, so I can't quest. So I'll just pass here. With the Storm Rage on, deals 2 to my Tamatoa. How are they going to deal the other 6? Oh, they're not. They just concede. Alright, well, that was a quick game 1. I'll see you for game 2. Alright, we're here for game 2, playing against Amber Emerald. This deck plays, I forget the song's name, but it puts all of your 2-cost or less characters on the bottom. Let's look at this hand. 1-drop, develop your brain. Okay, we don't need this Harem, this Tamatoa, or this Fishbone Quill. Let's try to find a 1-jump ahead. And a Popsicle. Okay, we found the Popsicle. They ink a Diablo. And play a Diablo. So they get to check out my hand. Found a dragon. I'll keep that as hidden information for now. I'll ink Tamatoa and play a Popsicle. And pass. They ink Ursula because they know I don't have a song, or they're pretty sure I don't have a song. No, but they play one anyway, just in case I top deck to be prepared. And there it is. Okay, I'm gonna lead on Develop Your Brain. These are the same things. I'll take Tamatoa, because if I can hold off on inking that, it's the better card. So I'll ink the Maleficent, and I'll play an Ice Block. And pass. They ink an Ariel. I'm playing Ariel. I was going to say the only reason they would ink an Ariel is if they're going to play one. So they have a Sudden Chill in their hand. Are they going to sing it? Nope, they're just going to play an Ursula. Oh. It didn't even dawn on me that I could shift. They take my Fishbone Quill, which makes my decision this turn much easier. I'm going to ink Grammatala, and I'm going to Brawl the Ursula. Hate to let Ariel get by, but that Ursula was just going to tear apart my hand. They sing Bare Necessities, take one of my Be Prepareds. Sudden Chill, make me discard. It's gotta be the Be Prepared, because I need the ink for Hiram. They ink a Queen, so they're out of cards, which is a good sign. They're ahead on board, but they're out of cards. We only have 3 ink, but if we get there, that card's very good. Hiram, sacrifice Popsicle. Develop your brain in Fishbone Quill, okay. Fishbone Quill can help us get to 8 quickly. They find a We Don't Talk About Bruno. Are they going to sing it? Yep. I would like to keep my harem. Losing Fishbone Quill is acceptable. I'll play harem. Sacrifice my ice block. Popsicle and Maleficent. I will ink Maleficent and play Popsicle. This lets me sack an item, sack a Popsicle next turn, and play Medusa, whereas Develop Your Brain wouldn't let me do both. They have a Diablo, which they couldn't shift. So I am going to ink this Develop Your Brain. I should have quested first. Always get your card draw before you make decisions. Yeah, I probably should have inked this Maui instead of what I did. But I don't know, Maui might be good this game. Anyway, I'm gonna play Medusa. Gonna banish Diablo. Don't want them getting back in the game in terms of cards, even though they're ahead on board. Pass. Next turn we can Maui an area. We can. They can't really quest anymore because of the board position. They get to take my ice block, but yeah, I guess they can quest if they want to. But they know Madame Medusa can banish one and Maui can banish the other. Yeah, so Medusa into Ariel. I'm going to ink a Hiram at this point, because I have a Hiram and I don't have any items. That will let me Maui, banish an Ariel, and play one jump ahead. Might as well quest with Hiram. Pass. Okay, they're up 11-2, but we've got this board pretty stabilized. And we can drop this Sisu whenever we're ready for it. Gonna start with Grammatala, see if I can find an item. That counts. Play the Fishbone Quill. I'm not gonna ink anything with the quill. I'm just gonna sack it for 2 more cards. I'm not going to one-jump ahead because I want to keep all of these cards. I guess I can one-jump ahead by singing it with Maui. And they concede. Alright, I'll see you for Game 3. Game 3 against Amber Emerald again. I should always pay attention to the names to see if I get paired up against the same person multiple times. Here, we definitely don't need the Lucky Dime, or the Sisu, or the Be Prepared in our opening hand. The rest I'll keep. Maleficent, Maui, and Dragonfire. So Maleficent is an easy ink. And I'll play Popsicle. Just, you know, Develop Your Brain is better in a vacuum than Popsicle, but Popsicle lets me attempt a high roll if I can get one jump ahead into the Hiram. Didn't happen this time, so I will just lead off and Develop Your Brain. Grab the McDuck Manor. Then ink a Maui and play an ice block. This is a Bare Necessities deck, so trying to get rid of non-characters should be a priority, so maybe that was an argument for taking Grammatala over McDuck Manor. We didn't have a song, thankfully, so that Ursula missed. I'm gonna ink Grammatala play Fishbone Quill and Ink Dragonfire. I'm gonna hope that this one brawl is good enough. They ink an Ariel to play an Ariel. Same as last time. The only reason they would ink an Ariel on 3 is if they were playing another. World's Greatest Criminal Mind. Gotta keep that in mind. Bare Necessity is gonna take either my Brawl or my McDuck Manor. They choose the Manor. Okay. Sisu. Yeah, you'll come up eventually. No, you won't. I'm gonna send you to the Inkwell. And then I'm gonna play Hiram. I think I want the Grammatala at this point. I will... And I want the Brawls. I'm just not gonna ink this turn. They have another Aerial, so they had 3 in their hand. Some finds a Sudden Chill. They ink World's Greatest Criminal Mind. They don't play the Sudden Chill. Are they waiting for an Ursula? I'm gonna start by questing and means banishing my Ice Block. Then I'm gonna ink Maleficent, play Medusa, banish one of the Aerials. I'm gonna ink the, and I'm gonna Fishbone Quill the Fishbone Quill. That way, if they shift in another of the Amber Ursulas like they did last game, I'm protected from that. And if they want to play a Bare Necessities, I'm protected from that. No, I'm not. I have these 2 Brawls. Forget everything I said. Probably should have kept the Fishbone Quill on hand. They play Prince John. Now they'll sing Sudden Chill. Makes sense. I'll discard a Brawl. They play a Bucky. Be Prepared's not bad. I think I'll take it on this board. Get rid of the Prince John and the Bucky. So I'll start by drawing 2 cards, though. And then, instead of questing with Medusa, I think I'm going to sing One Jump Ahead. And then I'm going to be prepared. And pass. My opponent plays a Queen and a Diablo. I'm going to Grammatala, draw the Maleficent Dragon. Gonna Brawl the Diablo and play an Ice Block. They play a small Diablo. Get to look at my hand. And pass. That's pretty good. But I don't really want to ink my Maleficent. So I'm just going to quest for 1 and play a 1 jump ahead. And pass. They play Akita and pass. Now that I'm at 9, I'm just going to Maleficent this Kita, because them shifting Kita lets them do scary things. Then I'll quest with Grammatella and pass. How are they going to beat this dragon? Bucky and pass, okay. Well, this to me looks like a pretty obvious quest for 3, play a dime, activate dime. They're painting theirs as red, mostly to draw a card, I assume. They've got Akita, and pass. I'm gonna quest for 3. I'm gonna play a Hiram, banish the ice block. I'm gonna play one jump ahead. No, I'm gonna play like your Popsicle. I'm gonna play one jump ahead. Then I'm going to dime. I'm not sure what they could do to come back at this point. Shift Kita, they can send my Hiram and my Tala to the bottom. I will discard this Madame Medusa, because this Sisu is going to be amazing. They do have Under the Sea, okay. They get on board for 1. So I'm just going to Sisu and see if they concede. Yep. Alright, that was game 3. I'll be back for game 4. Game 4 against Sapphire Steel. I think this deck is supposed to be a bad matchup for me, but we'll see. I'm going to send Be Prepared. I think Dragonfire, Tamatoa, and How Far I'll Go all back. Found another Dragonfire, some Gladys on the first, a Popsicle, and a Hiram. That was a pretty good mulligan, or altar, I think it's supposed to be called. I will develop your brain. I will ink develop your brain and play Popsicle. Drawing the second Dragonfire is not necessarily what I was looking for. They ink a big Robin Hood, so they must have 2. Play a Cinderella. Discard a Prince. This is not your normal Sapphire Steel deck. We're playing against something different. I think I'm gonna get rid of this Brawl, because I think these things are gonna be shifting into too big. I'm gonna play the one jump ahead and pass. They ink another Robin Hood. Do they have the third? Yep. They quest for 3. Grammatella can be ink. Hiram can get me some cards. And I'll pass. So next turn, I don't have... Oh, next turn I just start playing Dragonfires, I think. Oh, this is a hero deck. Interesting. Yeah, so I probably just have to ink Maleficent, Dragonfire Fill, and I might as well quest for one. The ink and Anna, shift to Cinderella, and together they banish my Hiram. Okay, so now we just need to get to next turn. Best way to do that, I think, is to play a Fishbone Quill, Quill, Hiram, and I'm gonna leave this McDuck Manor for after I be prepared. Or maybe for next turn, we'll see. Okay, this is gonna be a good be prepared. I'm gonna ink this Dragonfire and play Be Prepared. And pass. They have nothing. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna McDuck Manor. I'm gonna Popsicle. And I'm gonna one jump ahead. I'm not going to Fishbone the Ice Block because I have this Mana Medusa. It might be a good combo. They have nothing again. I'll lead on Popsicle, try to draw a character, play Develop Your Brain, draw Tamatoa, play Ice Block, and pass. Let's see, do I have any items in here? I do, I have a Popsicle. Along came Zeus, my McDuck Manor. I'm just gonna play Tamatoa. Get back my Popsicle. Fishbone Quill, my Fishbone Quill. Play a Popsicle. And pass. So now the pressure's on the board. They left Storm Rage on my Tamatoa twice. I'm gonna do no items in here, so let's play this Hiram. Let's sacrifice the Popsicle. Then I will quest with Tamatoa, get back the Popsicle, play it, and then play the towel that I just drew. Yeah, I think McDuck Manor is probably... No, I'll just have the third be prepared just in case an emergency happens. But I think this game is pretty done. In fact, I think... Oh, yeah, I forgot the McDuck Manor. I had plenty. Alright, we are 4-0. I will see you for Game 5. Game 5, it's the Sapphire Ruby Mirror Match. We are on the play. We really need a good opening hand in the Mirror Match. We have the Popsicle and the one jump ahead. I'm going to send everything else back in hopes that I find a Hiram. Not yet, but we have a couple turns. I'm going to start by inking Grammatala. I'm playing Popsicle. And there it is. That's why I sent everything back, just to make sure I could get the 1, 2, 3 combo. Did they ink a Maui? Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but in the deck tech I'm only playing 3 Mauis. It's just not been as good as it has been historically. Gonna ink this Brawl and play a 1 jump ahead. Let's see if my opponent can match me on that as well. Ooh, they have a second Popsicle. They ink Maleficent and play an Ice Block. So their Hiram's gonna have more fodder, but mine comes out first, by 2 turns. Brawl and a McDuck Manor. Okay, pass. They ink a Hiram and play Brawl on mine. Okay. I am going to... I'm going to ink Develop Your Brain. I'm going to play a McDuck Manor and Popsicle. I'm doing all of these things in bad orders. I should play Popsicle and then ink. It wouldn't have changed anything this turn because I'm going to keep this Fishbone Quill, but just good play is something that I need to watch out for. Let's see, we've got a Fishbone Quill. They ink something, they ink something else, and play 1 jump ahead. So they're ahead of me on ink now, but I've got this McDuck Manor that they're going to be hard-pressed to answer. I'm going to play this Fishbone Quill, I'm going to ink one of the Beaver Pairs, and I'm going to send this Maleficent to the inkwell, just too far away from it. And passed. I need to draw some gas. But I do have this manor that's gaining me lore for a little bit at least. Another Fishbone Quill, huh? I think I actually be prepared here. I want my McDuck Manor to keep doing its job. And I don't need this Fishbone Quill. They play Develop Your Brain, so we're both on low resources, but I've got this McDuck Manor ticking up. And if they have a Hiram, I have the answer to it in Brawl. They do get to get up 2 cards on me, though. Yep, I'm just gonna Brawl. And I'll keep this Maui. It'll most likely become ink, but for now I'm gonna keep it. Okay, we need to find an answer for Tamatoa. So let's start by developing our brain. Guess we'll draw Medusa. It's better than Brawl at this state of the game. I'm going to put my dime out there. If they're playing Judy Hopps, that could turn bad, but I don't think many lists are playing Judy Hopps right now. I'll pass. Does this Tamatoa start questing, or do they have to challenge my McDuck Manor? They have to challenge my McDuck Manor. Okay. They have their own lucky dime, though. And they can start getting lore that way. But I have a Tamatoa. No, I don't want to sacrifice 2 things just to activate Dime. So I'm just going to play Ink Maui and play the Popsicle. And there's the Dragonfire for next turn. They can gain 12 this turn. More if they have more items. They sack a Popsicle so they can get it back and play it again for another card. They dime up to 16. Okay. Let's start by Dragonfiring, because that's 100% going to happen. Then I can... How far I'll go to see if we can find an item? Or do I want to just... I think I just want to sack a Popsicle, or banish a Popsicle, to get one back. And then I'll activate my Dime. So if they have a Tamatoa, they win. If they have a Maleficent, we keep playing. I think they've got it. Let's try how far I'll go. Yep, they got it. It was a really close game. They just got to activate with their Tamatoa first, and that was what won them the game. Alright, well, I will go back to the deck list and talk about how things went there. Alright, well, things went really well. 4-1 is a great record. I think I be prepared too anxiously in game 5. I think if I would have just let them banish my Mictec Manor with Maui. Maui doesn't do much the rest of the game. And then I have one more be prepared to answer something. I could have answered the Maleficent at the end if I still had that one more be prepared. Not sure that that would have got me the win, but it would have at least kept the game going. Against the Emerald Steel decks, it felt really strong. Against the Emerald Amber decks, it felt really strong, though I'm not convinced that's the best deck out there. And yeah, I just think this went really well, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for as long as I can still record Pixelborn. Have a good day.